Got a lot of updates on the Cybertruck that exploded outside of Trump's hotel, including video of the alleged explosives that were inside the Cybertruck. And there is now reporting too that the terrorist attack that happened in New Orleans may actually be related to the explosion that happened at Trump's hotel. So let's just get right into all of that. First off, here is that first reporting about the gas tanks and camping fuel that were found inside the Cybertruck.
That source also revealed what was inside the truck: explosives that included fireworks, gas tanks, and camping fuel. And authorities believe that that was connected to a detonation system controlled by the driver. We're also hearing this same sentiment from Elon Musk, who tweeted out that they have now confirmed that the explosion was caused by very large fireworks and or a bomb carried in the bed of the rented Cybertruck and is unrelated to the vehicle itself. So he was clear to say that this was not an issue with the Cybertruck. And the sheriff also earlier said that they are checking for secondary devices. They're investigating many different leads, but he was clear to say that there does not appear to be any further threat to the Las Vegas community.
So that's great that there's no further threat to the Las Vegas community. I will say this, that I have a hard time trusting someone like Elon Musk, who in times of emergency, we're just supposed to trust him when he is purveyor of misinformation across the entire rest of the year, using one of the largest social media accounts in the world to spread hoaxes, misinformation, and disinformation. So I will trust CNN on this one, but I am not trusting Elon Musk. And thank God that this happened when Joe Biden is still president, because there are two terrorist attacks that occurred on the same day, potentially could be related. And here's Joe Biden on that.
Additionally, we're tracking the explosion of a Cybertruck outside the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. Law enforcement and the intelligence community are investigating this as well, including whether there's any possible connection with the attack in New Orleans. Thus far, there's nothing to report on that score at this time.
So thank God we have a steady, calm, intelligent, capable leader at this moment. We're not going to be able to avoid catastrophe in the next 4 years. So I just think it's great that we at least have him now. But I have a preview of how these things will turn out, because Donald Trump, when the terrorist attack had just been hitting news from New Orleans, Donald Trump said this, and he never retracted it. This, what I'm about to read you, is not true, but I think it's important that I say it. But it's not true. When I said that criminals coming in are far worse than criminals we have in our country, that statement was constantly refuted by Democrats and the fake news media, but it turned out to be true. The crime rate in our country is at a level that nobody has ever seen before. Our hearts are with all of the innocent victims and their loved ones, including the brave officers of the New Orleans Police Department. The Trump administration will fully support the city of New Orleans as they investigate and recover from this act of pure evil. So Donald Trump here is saying that it is folks who are undocumented that caused this terrorist attack. And that is not true. The man is an American. He was a veteran, and he was apparently carrying the ISIS flag. So who knows what the hell his political ideology was? He probably was just nuts. We don't know yet, but it seems nuts to do that. But Donald Trump is not helping here when he's lying. There's going to be a war waged on the truth. And I'm not going to trust folks like Elon Musk or Donald Trump when they say something. We have to verify it and make sure that it's true. And shame on Donald Trump for not retracting what he said. Shame on him. Here is a little bit of what they found inside that Cybertruck. Real quick, if you're liking this video, please hit like and subscribe. It is the best way to get this into the algorithm so that more pro-democracy individuals can see it, and it really does help grow the channel. Thank you so much.
Once the fire went out through the suppression efforts of the fire department, you'll see some of the evidence in the back of the vehicle. So those are gasoline canisters, they are camp fuel canisters, and large firework mortars.
So here is, I'm assuming, the firework mortars. This looks like camping fire, gas fire to me. And that also looks like a gas tank. And that was all in the Cybertruck. And apparently this is not a car the person owned.
Dots here. He heard from a law enforcement official close to the investigation that the Cybertruck was actually rented from Turo. That is the same car rental company that was used by the suspect in New Orleans. Now, as is standard, according to this source, they are seeing if there is a connection between the New Orleans attack and this explosion, but as of this writing, they have not yet found a connection.
So let's just slow that down. The person who caused the terrorist attack in New Orleans used the exact same app to rent the car as they did in the attack in Las Vegas at the Trump Hotel. So the Cybertruck was rented on the car rental from the car rental company Turo, according to a law enforcement official briefed on the investigation. CNN has reached out to the company. Surveillance video shows a driver passing by the Trump Hotel in Vegas about an hour before the car explodes, and then circling back near the end of that hour and stopping in front of the hotel where the car explodes several seconds later, the official told CNN. Authorities are exploring whether there is any connection between the explosion and the attack in New Orleans, where a suspect rammed into a crowd with a truck rented on Turo, though one has not been determined yet. Now, I'm not going to say the name of the person who caused this terrorist attack in New Orleans. I don't think that benefits anyone. He is apparently someone from the Middle East, though he is an American citizen. Okay, so my hope is that MAGA and Donald Trump do not try to create some sort of moment where Muslims and folks from the Middle East are attacked or persecuted because of one person's decision, one American's decision. And you might remember earlier in this episode where I said that Donald Trump wrongly said that this crime, this terrorist attack, was committed by an undocumented worker. Well, Fox News, when they read his statement, actually had to correct him.
President-elect Donald Trump put out a statement on social media earlier today that reads as follows. When I said that the criminals coming in are far worse than the criminals...
read it again, but here is what they said.
Now, the former president said criminals coming in a statement, meaning into our country. But to be clear, Molly and Brian, the suspect was born in the United States. He served in the United States Army. He was a veteran. The FBI is the lead agency in this investigation, going through the social media and any other accounts associated with the suspect.
This is my one fear around all this stuff, is that Donald Trump is going to allow the fog of the unknown when it comes to these sorts of attacks on individuals and our country in order to siphon power to the executive branch. And I am really afraid that when this happens again, Donald Trump will lie even more than he does. He will push out propaganda, and he will try to acquire as much power as possible and try to prevent us from having our constitutional rights to protest and things like that. So that is my one fear from all this. He's obviously going to try to do something insane because he already lied about who caused this thing. So let's just stay on top of this. I will certainly bring you more information as it comes out, and I will see you soon.